Okay, guys, another year has come and gone. And for me, that's a whole lot of years come and gone. Should old acquaintance be forgot? And I don't know the rest of the words. That's kind of stupid. Should old acquaintance be? What the hell does that mean exactly? Anyway, should old acquaintance be forgot? We're just gonna forget each other, or oh, I don't look for deeper meaning and shit. I want everything to be very surface. Hey, CDV, good to see you, pal. And Todd Spots in. Zeno's back with us. And Elijah of the Crows. Yeah, I figured we just had to pop. No, we had to pop up. Stream today just to kind of say goodbye to 2023, plot our course for 2024. It's probably going to be more of the same, probably, huh? A lot of creepiness, a little bad touch here or there. We can only hope. Hey, Zuchen. And Morito. And who knows? Maybe we'll even start to get some notifications here or there. We do have something interesting is about to take place channel-wise, because you guys know a while back I got a community guideline strike that they call a warning that was permanent on the channel. It was for Addict the One video that everybody else apparently could post but me. But anyway, those just stayed permanently. Well, I just recently got another community guideline strike for some more bullshit, and in doing so found out you can actually take an online course that has nothing to do with the topic at hand, and you can get rid of your permanent warning. So on January 3rd, both those community guidelines, the strike and the warning, are supposed to be gone off the channel. It will be interesting to see if when that happens, if that makes any real differences in the channel as far as notifications, as far as reach of the videos. I'll reach them. But I'm going to be anxious to see if that has anything to do with it all. Just, well, I have to say a little bit of bad touch, Lou, just because I don't know what YouTube's current comfort level with how much bad touch I can get away with. Knowing me, not enough. Well, it's never enough. Look, says $20 says next year will be worse. I will not take that wager. Let's see. Austin says, what do you get when you cross a rhino with an elephant? Elefino? Hippos are my favorite animal, though, not rhinos. Uh-oh. Goku Black fanboy says battery running low. Sometimes that's the last post we see from someone. Battery running low. Jason says, watch The Fly reaction. Oh, yeah, I was thinking the movie The Fly. Help me! I was going to say I didn't react to that. But Breaking Bad. Real nice. The only reason that episode was so bad is because the crew was on a budget, so it's basically filler. That's what somebody else was explaining to me, Jason. That makes sense. They had to throw in an episode to save a little money. I ended up liking it, though. I just liked watching the illustration of Walt's mind just coming apart even more. Hey, Spaz Geo, can you bring more dildos to the basement, please? You guys used them up already? Listen, I'm not made of money. But yeah, we have priorities here, and dildo purchases come before food, of course. So yes, I'll have some more rundown. Let's see. Zuchen says, I just noticed that every time you stream on Friday, you don't give out the sticky stuff anymore. It's just not... It's not something I necessarily think to do because I haven't been able to be consistent with doing Free For All Fridays anymore. I play video games on easy mode. That's me. Says, I'm hoping it's not true about Jericho, but I'm starting to think CM Punk was right. Kylie leaving so soon was strange. Yeah, I just heard, actually, Brax just filled me in about that. I just heard about it. I haven't really gotten to look into all the details of it other than, knowing that there are allegations. Roska says, will you be continuing Viewing Avatar The Last Airbender, all done. Gravity Falls, all done. Those are both done. Lick says that Fly is the strongest character in the series. Yeah, kinda. Spoilers, but in later episodes, he actually kills Gus. Firing in a 1v1 death match, cures Walt's cancer, and fucks Jesse's girlfriend. I would buy into that. That would be an amazing finish. You know, because after we're talking about finishes, made me think of this. After we get done with Breaking Bad, I was thinking of putting Game of Thrones in its spot. My only concern is all of you guys have said that Game of Thrones ending sucked ass. So it kind of puts me off it a little. I'm not sure. I don't know. What do you guys think? Hey, BHV. I don't know about Better Call Saul yet, or not, Licks. Might do it. With as much as I love Saul's character, we might do that. BHV says, the ending to Game of Thrones sucks donkey dick on a popsicle stick. That's pretty serious suckage right there. Donkey dick on a popsicle stick. I haven't heard that one before. I'm keeping that one. Lude says, I mean, the series itself is worth watching, just don't expect much from the ending. That's fair, too, because obviously, throughout its run, it was amazingly popular. See, now, some things, for those of you who watched it, tell me if this is the case. A good example is the final episode, or I guess it was a couple episodes, but the finale to Seinfeld got universally panned. Most people hated it. I thought it was a great finale. I mean, those were a bunch of obnoxious people. And so to incorporate bringing back all these weird characters from throughout the series, bringing them back into everything, and having them all end up in prison for being douchebags, I thought it was great. So what I'm leading to is, could Game of Thrones be something like that, where it's like individual interpretation, or is it going to be now across the board that ending just sucked? Well, Lick says you get 6 seasons of good shit, 1 season of semi-decent shit, and then 1 giant shit show. And Lick says, similarly, in my opinion, Game of Thrones seasons 1 through 6 are really good, but the last season is actual ass, so it's up to you. Damn. Oh, Red versus Blue Ghost Rider, that was hilarious. Funny show. Hey, Nolan, good to see you. How much did I pay for my Dragon Balls? Well, thank you for referring to them as Dragon Balls. They usually get called things like raisins. Oh, you're talking about this up here? Okay, those. I didn't pay for them. Those were sent to me by some of the crew here. They were gifted to me many years ago. Okay, that's a good question for today. Oh, shit. I'm on my fixed camera, so I can't move it around. So let's just go with this. I'll move my giant fat head out of the way here in a minute. Just for you guys, who are anime fans, there's stuff up here other than the anime, too. Take a look at the shelves when I move out of the way, and tell me if there was one item on here you would want to add to your collection more than the others. What would it be? This is just a curiosity thing. Come here, Afro Mike. You got work to do over here, you scumbag. Now there's just to let you get a look at what's up there. And again, I'm on my fixed camera, so if I was on my phone or something, I could get you a better shot of everything. All right, what would be your personal addition to your collection if you could do it? Lute says, I want that Yamato. Give me titties. Good call. Nolan says the titties. Goku looks pretty dope. Oh, that Goku, yeah, that is a cool one. That one was also sent to me. Let's see, I want that black and white. That's the, yeah. So, why is her name gone out of me, guys? It's gone away from me. Albedo. This who you're? Let's see, who is it? That's who you're talking about? That's Albedo. She is way up there on my waifu list. Whoever Spaz Clock is right up on top. Lex, that's what I say. I wish I didn't have my fixed camera. I could have shown you guys on the top shelf. Yep, she's right on top. So I can absorb her soul. Hey, Goo Monster. One Punch Man? Where's my OPM? Oh, yeah. OPM. We even got Koro Sensei over there. Sometimes I forget exactly what stuff we have up there. I love this too, though. This was such a great show. When I saw this in the store, I'm always hesitant about buying stuff for myself. Just a thing with me. But I had to have this. That and this too. This is one of my favorite things I've got up there. But you guys know what a nerd I am for Meruem and Komugi. Nolan says, give me the old man. Oh, Pessit said, no, the black in picture in the center. I've got Goku and Tien down there. I'm not sure which one you mean. Come on, Lex. There's nothing wrong with Funko. Funko's pretty cool. I have gotten more into collecting some of the, shall we say, more well-designed figures. Well, as you can see, well-designed figures. I like this one too. I like all of them, or they wouldn't be up here. Oh, goddamn! Sorry about that, Toga. Toga's gonna whip my ass. I gotta get your feet back in there. This Toga is pretty cool too. The light's just so harsh when I put anything up close. And how can you not love Radical Ed and Ainz? Such a great character. That departure her departure on the show was so bittersweet. Happy New Year, Steven. Or Steve? Excuse me. Ghost Rider says, Curtis, have you considered watching the only anime I've ever watched, that being Pokemon? I don't have anything against watching Pokemon. I just think it's one of those cases where there's so many things out there I want to see that are ahead of it. And I'm so freaking old. I don't know if I'll get to it or not. Roska says, random, would you consider watching Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans? You mean more Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans? Because that one gets sponsored on and off over at the Goosh. So I've seen several episodes of it. It's quite good. It's pretty good. I've grown to like, or grown to enjoy the mecha anime. Yeah, from Cowboy Bebop. Meat Warlord, yeah. Radical Ed is from Cowboy Bebop. She's a great character. Such a good character. CDV says, have you heard about Inferno Cop? No. It's a very strange anime from 2013. 13 episodes long with a duration of 3 minutes per episode? That's different. No, I've never even heard of that. Goo Monster says, how about some random horror animes? As I've told you guys, I don't get hung up on genre. If a story's good, I'll watch it. So you can insert into that question or that sentence any genre, and if it's good, I'll watch it. I don't care about genre. Wolverine says, check last post. Also, Goosh multiple orphans. All right, hold on. Let me see Wolverine's last post. Hey, Big Green. Wolverine says, met Poppy a couple of weeks ago. It was a fun trip to London and the city of Bath. Oh, that's cool. Very cool, Wolverine. Zuchan says, I never saw all the episodes of Game of Thrones. I only saw a few minutes of it with my mom. And we both saw naked women and said, nope, never seeing anything Game of Thrones ever again. But I like naked women. That makes me happy. Big Green says, come to think of it, I don't think I know any horror anime. Well, let me think, Big Green. Well, you guys know me and the memory issues. I'm trying to remember. We've watched horror anime over at the Goosh. Oh, you know what? What was the one we're still in the midst of there? Son of a bitch. Name's going to go right out of my head. Charlie Baker was sponsoring it. And we're still in the middle of it. That's a horror anime. Oh my God, that's so good. I'll have to see if hopefully I can remember the name. Brother E says, I just finished watching that Fly reaction. Probably one of my favorites in the series. It's funny how Walt and Jesse can be so vulnerable with one another, yet so defensive with secrets as well. Yeah. The character studies throughout that show are what make that show. And what I'm really enjoying now too, let's see, that's the Fly episode. I'm recorded 1 or 2 episodes ahead of that. I think just 1. But anyway, it's interesting now and not surprising, but interesting seeing Skylar starting to come around to warming up to the idea of being one of the crew in the in the meth industry, or at least in supporting the meth industry. And I don't think that it's just she's doing it just to facilitate making more money for Hank and Marie. I think she's got a bit of Heisenberg attitude going to where she's getting into being part of it. Excuse me. Higurashi was great. We watched that, Joseph. That was sponsored over at the Goosh. You're right. That was good. That was freaky. You know, I always think of whenever you even mention Higurashi, I always think the first thing that comes to mind is the cicadas, because he always had that sound in the background, that summer sound in the background during that anime. That was really creepy. Austin says, Johnny Cash or Kenny Rogers? They both had some good songs. That was back when I would listen to country music. Overall, Johnny Cash. I like his stuff overall better. And then I have plus it's also a little bit just the things that you experience. And some friends of mine went to a Kenny Rogers concert and got to see him, got to semi-meet him. Anyway, he was an asshole. And that kind of stuff sticks with you. And I've heard other reports of him being kind of a douche. Austin says, also for the Goosh, how about Akira, Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro, and Grave of the Firefly? I'm not sure what you mean also for the Goosh. That's those. First of all, those are movies. Second of all, things that the Goosh are voted in. Oh, yeah. Look Fun says, just saw the Iron Claw and it was good and sad. I was just talking to Brax about how we got to see that. I planned on seeing it by now. I'm dying to see that movie. Again, it goes back to my day. And the cool thing was when I was wrestling in New Mexico, when I first broke in, and I went over to San Antonio to work out and try out with Joe Blanchard. That's Tully Blanchard's dad with his crew. They were the direct competition to Fritz von Erich and his group. So it's just, you got that little bit of a connection to it as well. Kaiser says, Getter Robo is basically horror mecha. Yeah, I could see that. Could name others, Evangelion, Betterman, Icer one. BHV says, I can't watch the Iron Claw given my history of suicide, but I bet it's really well done. Yeah, it's tragic. I mean, the way all those boys were lost. Damn. When is New Year in my time zone, Sideshow Man? Will be 9 hours from right now. Will be midnight. It's 3 p.m. right now. Mortem says, you think you'll finally die laughing in 2024? Very possible. I would be perfectly comfortable with going out that way. to literally die laughing would be perfect for me. Hey, what do you guys think too? It's really tough for me to make time to do movies because I love watching movies, but again, they take so much time. It's hard for me to schedule them. But that said, I'm trying to think of what I want to do next. I'm thinking maybe doing the Spider-Man movies because all I've heard are great things about them. The live action ones as well as the more recent animated ones. And I've got a list of how to watch them in order. I think I've only seen one of them, and I don't even remember which one it was. Along the way, I just happened, we wanted to go to the theater one day, Brax and I, and one was on, but I don't even remember which one it was. But I thought that might be something fun to watch. Spider-Man could be good. I saw the first Austin Power movie. Yeah, eventually I want to see the Hobbit movies. Yeah, they're going to have to all be split at least in half. Well, starting with Zuchan, it would start with the 2002 Spider-Man. That's what everybody says, Lex. The Spider-Verse movies are incredible. That's what really piqued my interest. And then I got thinking, well, if I was going to do the Spider-Verse, do all of them because I missed out on them. I've been thinking of either that or doing the Star Wars films also in the recommended order. Now, the Star Wars films, I've seen 3 of them, which would be the original 3 that were made. I think those are actually episodes, 4, 5, and 6? But the original 3 that are made, but I haven't seen much else of those. Well, that's the thing. Lick says you can skip the MCU movies, to be honest. They aren't that good. You're talking about the ones with the Avengers? Because where Spider-Man is with the Avengers, those I have seen because I watched the Avengers series. Epic Hero says, I would love to watch all the Spider-Man films with you again. Yeah, I everybody talks about Into the Spider-Verse, as Lick's mentioned. I know that just, people just go on and on about how good that is. And in fairness, the rest of the Spider-Man movies as well. Going all the way back to that 2002 one. Yeah, Lude says same thing. Spider-Verse movies are crazy good. Well, what do you think? Well, instead of doing all of them, should I start up by just doing the Spider-Verse movies? How many Spider-Verse films were there? Yeah, I'm leaning more and more towards the Spider-Man movies, Morito. I'd really like to see those. Lex says No Way Home is only good because it's carried by things from other better movies. Okay, gotcha. Brother E says Spider-Verse 1 and 2 were amazing. It could be made as an argument being the best Spider-Man movies. You guys are really piquing my interest in that. And that's what, is it just, there's 2 Spider-Verse movies? Let me take a look while we're chatting here. Spider-Verse movies. Okay. Oh no, there's 4 of them, right? Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Oh no, these are to be announced. Never mind. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And then Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse is to be announced. And Spider-Woman to be announced? Really? Are both in development. So there's only 2 right now anyway. Okay. Last one is a 2-part movie. Okay, gotcha. Wolverine says, to be fair, the Marvels does have a Kelsey Grammer cameo in the credit scene. Yeah. Oh, the Marvels movie, the recent one? Yeah, I had no interest in that at all. That just, nothing about that looked good to me. Imagine if they make a Spooderman movie, Zuchen says. Leo says, hey, Curtis Caboose says hi. Oh my God, a giant person. Yeah, those were fun. Red versus Blue was a blast. Austin says, thoughts on Logan Paul being champion and beating Rey Mysterio. as much as I don't care for either Paul brother at all, you have to be fair in assessment. And he's doing a good. He's done a really good job in the ring, and we know he can play the heel because he's a natural asshole. So it's that's not hard for him. But he can work. I don't know what to say. He really can work. Spaz says, whenever I find out you haven't watched the movie I love, I get so excited as it's a golden opportunity for both me and you. Win-win situation. Yeah, that's maybe we'll even, instead of doing them in order, maybe we'll do the 2 Spider-Verse movies. I mean, this is when I can get 2 movies. Do the 2 Spider-Verse movies, and then see what everybody thinks about tracking back and doing some of the earlier ones. Nolan says RVB and Ruby both fell off hard. Well, didn't I've heard that from others too, Nolan. Wasn't that when they sold the company? Excuse me, guys. Oh, that's my wife. Excuse me just a second. Hello? Okay, guys. Um, that was my wife, and she needed me to Venmo somebody money. So now I'm live streaming and I'm poor. You guys got to just see the soul sucked out of my body. Ooh, that sounds like it'd be a good porno. Let me see. Goomaster says, isn't Spaz Kid a Spaz man these days or not? Well, he is a man, but I think he's comfortable with the Spaz Kid moniker just because that's who he's always been. I mean, to the channel here. Lick says, guy's not his wife, he muted because it's his dealer. Oh, that's more boring. Licks, couldn't you at least said side chick or something? Dealers is dull. Is your wife into the meth business too? No, she's not into the meth business. No one says I'm checking my Venmo now and I haven't received anything yet. Spazman Kid, yeah, Kaiser. Sideshowman says MCU needs to be seen in order they build on each other. Yeah, that's the feel I've gotten from them. Yeah, maybe the Spider-Verse ones would be good. And as I think it was Lude mentioned, I do want to see the Hobbit movies. Soul sucking content is still okay on YouTube. Lori says, "Are you sure though? The rules change for us from day to day, Lori." Shit, I was just gonna look something up. I forgot what it was. Big surprise. I forgot something in a moment. Yeah, right, Chris. Yeah, perfect. So the South Park Bank. Congratulations on your investment, Curtis. And it's gone. That was a great episode. Spaz and I utilize that phrase every chance we get. And it's gone. CDV says, by the way, Top Gun 2 was awesome. Really? I'm surprised. I didn't think that was going to be good. But since I know about your disdain for Tom Cruise, I'm not counting on you watching it. I shouldn't say disdain. Typically speaking, unless it's something really egregious, I can separate somebody, whether I like them as a person or not, from the work they do, from the entertainment they provide. I just didn't think that. Believe it or not, I was not a huge fan of Top Gun 1. I mean, I liked it, but it's nowhere's, it's not a, it's nowhere's near an elite level movie for me. I watched it once. I haven't watched it again, that type of thing. So it had nothing to do with Tom Cruise, just wasn't necessarily my thing. Excuse me. Austin says, thoughts on CM Punk signing on Raw? I'm not a Punk fan, so I don't know. Right from early on, he strikes me as the type of person that if he'd been in the locker room with me, if he'd been in locker rooms I was in, I just wouldn't have liked him. Scientology is pretty egregious. Well, that's true, Big Green. Thoughts on Jim Carrey? Not a huge fan, Jason. Again, nothing against him. And in fairness, he's had some movies I liked, but some movies were just, I don't know, just didn't click with me. The Mask didn't. I thought The Mask was stupid. I did like him in Liar Liar. I thought that one was pretty good. What the hell was the other? What was the other big one he was in? Something to do with animals. But yeah, not a huge fan. Tiny Town Cruise, yeah, Morgan. Those were great. Ace Ventura, thank you, Lude. Yeah, not an Ace Ventura fan. He's real hit and miss with me. Big Green says you thought The Mask was stupid. I'm unsubscribing. I really did, Big Green. And it was so huge. I mean, when it came out, it was just a monster hit. I just never didn't. And that's unusual for me because, again, obviously, humor is very subjective. But you guys know how easily I laugh. But just like anybody else, I guess there are extreme cases where a specific type of humor is just outside of the realm of what does it for me. Jason Animation says, why do I feel like free premium videos on Pornhub are recorded better than newer Marvel? Speaking of Pornhub, Brax just told me, because we're in North Carolina now, I think I'll check as we talk about it. He was just telling me North Carolina banned Pornhub. That's what I've been told. I didn't look at it since he said it. He just told me this yesterday. Let me see what happens. Dear user, as you may know, your elected officials in North Carolina are requiring us to verify your age before allowing you to access our website. While safety and compliance are at the forefront of our mission, giving your ID card every time you want to visit an adult platform is not the most effective solution for protecting our users, and in fact will put children and your privacy at risk. In addition, mandating age verification without proper enforcement gives platforms the opportunity to choose whether or not to comply. Blah, blah, blah. Safety, we believe that the best and most effective is to identify users by their device and allow access to on websites based on identification. To completely disable access to our website in North Carolina. Yeah, see, I'm not a fan of things like that. And just because what my kids see, and this goes to when they were young, is up to me. I don't need Big Daddy government stepping in on my behalf. And if other parents don't want to be involved, that's on them. When you start stripping away someone else's rights, freedoms of expression, that I have a problem with. I have a serious problem with. But you still got a lot of religion guiding things here in North Carolina. And I honestly don't understand how that's constitutional. Because they're not doing anything illegal. So how is that not restricting their rights to freedom of expression? I don't understand that. I don't need government looking over my shoulder to protect my kids. I don't need government in my life any more than absolutely necessary. You don't fucking need to look out for me taking care of my family. I'll do it. It just that stuff just ends up pissing me off more than anything else. It's like saying, well, we don't want your kids to have access to this, and you're not a quality enough parent to make sure it doesn't happen, so we'll take action on your behalf. Hey, North Carolina, go fuck yourself, okay? Time to go to X Hamster, yeah. Spank Bang is way better. Yeah, good call, Nolan. The same people partying it up on Epstein's Island with minors got to make sure you can't see boobies on the internet. Yeah. See, I don't like anytime government overreaches to where they're going to parent for us, I have a serious problem with that. Luke says, "Oh, Curtis, I'm so sorry. I can come over and jack you off if you need me to." Oh, okay. You ready for this response, Licks? It may come to that. I should end the stream right here and leave 2023 on that note. No. Zuchen says, I've seen some videos of teen boys saying they become addicted to porn. Sure, I mean, you become addicted to anything along those lines, any type of entertainment or whatever the case may be, but those are individual issues. Very good point, Lude. That's the thing, though. What's the point of banning a single website when if someone were looking for porn, it's just as easy to find on any other site, and you've taken out a single hay out of the stack? Yeah, you're right. 100% right. And again, government doesn't need to be involved in that at all. Anyway, government doesn't need to parent for us. Yeah, not a fan. BHV says, well, Curtis, have to run, but it's been fun. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, pal. Big Green says, fun fact, some Japanese porn sites are banned in Germany as of 2023. Oh, wait, that's not a fun fact. Are they? I just don't. As long as the content is legal, as long as we're talking about the content involving only consenting adults, then I think the government needs to stay the fuck out of it. Well, some kids will see it. Well, it's not your job to parent. You're not parents. You're the government. And if they see it, they see it. That's too bad that they don't have, parents that are involved in that, want to look out for them maybe. But you shouldn't, that doesn't give you the right to take away others' freedoms of expression. Brother E says, I am tired of the government. Just so much bullshit from both parties this year. I think it's just the elite making a game out of everyone else's lives for their amusement. I have never, in my 62 years, been as disgusted with our government in general as I am now. And yes, that's both sides of the aisle. It's become absolutely, totally, entirely dysfunctional. And all it is power grabs from both sides. I don't believe there is a politician on a national level you can name that genuinely has yours or my best interests at heart. Their concerns are their own interests. I am completely turned off by the political spectrum in America now. Hey, Lachlan, good to see you, pal. Hey, Curtis, sorry I haven't been so active with the channel. Oh, that's all right. I've just been busy. Just wanted to pop in from the bathroom at work to wish everyone a happy New Year. Well, thanks, Lachlan. Happy New Year, too. No, I understand. I completely understand how that real life thing gets in the way all the time. I think members of the Goosh and Spaz Boys comedy, I mean, at least the hardcore members like you guys who are in the live streams and everything, you want government to get involved? I think government should allow us to not pay any taxes. Then we would have to work less and could spend more time doing things at the channel. I'm going to suggest that. Excuse me. Morton says a lot of parents are irresponsible. I think we should find parents if their child is caught on inappropriate sites. Yeah, and the thing too is, even though I monitored what Brax did while he was growing up and everything, on the internet, if he saw something, if he saw some inappropriate material, I would rather have found out by, tracking his computer and what he's been doing, so on and so forth, and at least explain to him why it's not the kind of content he should be looking at his age. And more importantly, answer any questions he has about what he saw or whatever, rather than leaving it to his imagination or to go get misinformation from his dopey friends, or worse yet, misinformation from his dopey teachers or something. That's why government shouldn't be involved. I can handle things for my own family and my own kids just fine. You just stay the fuck out of it. Surely it's all good. It says, what if they ban all porn? Now, I'll tell you something. This isn't just this isn't trying to be facetious. I would have a serious problem with it, and not just because of the banning of porn. You'd always be able to get it if you want to look at it anyway. Because I don't believe the government has a right to ban those forms of expression. What right do they have to do that? If somebody enjoys that as their form of entertainment, good for them. And apparently somebody does, considering it's a multi-billion-dollar industry that is basically economy-proof. No matter what goes wrong with the economy, I was reading an article about this not too long ago, the porn industry cruises right along. So what right do you have to take that away from people? Again, as I said, as long as the content is consenting adults, who is hurt? Who is hurt by it? That's why I don't understand. I also don't understand, the elitist type douchebags all over social media who crap all over OnlyFans girls. Now, I'm always honest with you guys, and I have no shame. I tell you anything that I'm involved with. I don't belong to any OnlyFans. It's not something that, I think some of the women are gorgeous, but it's not interesting enough. You're not going to do anything at OnlyFans that's worth me spending my money on. So I don't belong to any. That said, I think they have if people want to pay them for whatever it is they do behind the doors of their OnlyFans, good for them. Why does somebody else care what someone else is doing to make a buck? And you see it all the time on social media, the OnlyFans whores, or aren't you just proud of yourself that this is what you had to do to make money? Yeah, they should be proud of themselves. Some of these OnlyFans girls are making huge amounts of money. And why does anybody else care? They're not hurting anybody. They're not forcing you to join their OnlyFans. And you can't even say, what about the children? You got to have a credit card to get in there. Who are they hurting? $5 is $5, right, Big Green? I don't understand that at all. Kaiser says, jokes on them. I found Rule 34 before Pornhub. Jason says the government has been doing dumb shit all fucking year. Oh, it's gotten bad. Our government right now is just the drizzling shit. Yeah. Lick says, bro, slut shaming is cringe. I completely agree. Listen, whatever it is that you want to do, as long as you're not hurting anybody else, if you can make some money doing something, do it. Good for you. Maybe I don't have enough jealousy, because that's what it seems to me to be. They're just jealous. These are people who who probably have nothing going on in life and can't accomplish anything because they don't want to work at anything. And so they get on their device and complain about others who are doing well and feel like they have to take them down. If you've got something, whatever it is, a skill or tits or whatever it may be that other people want to pay to see, good for you. Hope you make a lot of money. Steven says, they aren't going to take away my anime. Are they? I need my jiggle physics. Jiggle physics are important. Very important. Spaz says, I'm not going to be watching any of it, hopefully, but banning it completely now, that's a slippery slope. Right. But you have the right idea. You don't, like you say, you don't have to watch it. And that's what I don't understand with people. If you don't want to watch it, don't. That's perfectly fine. Why do you feel the need to spread your morality onto others. Well, that's wrong what these young women are doing. No, it's just sex is what they're doing. And if somebody wants to pay them to do it, or to watch them do it, I should say, good for them. Let's see. Yeah, Kaiser's not wrong. The government. Porn is dangerous. Also government. Start World War III. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's well put in the respect that, especially with the way things are going right now, government's got way bigger fucking things to worry about than who's watching Pornhub. And that goes even down to the level of North Carolina state government. Worry about some shit that matters. Freaking gonna ban this website. Who do you think? What do you think you accomplished there? So a bunch of the uptight religious types can high five each other. So, we got rid of that content. Now you didn't accomplish anything other than being a bunch of douchebags. I mean, I really despise these people. In case it's not evident. Surely it's all good. It says if I want to jack off, I will try and stop me. Oh, I love terrible puns. Chris says, how do you follow Will Smith in the snow? You follow the Fresh Prince. Ah. ODV says OnlyFans. Yeah. That's what I say. How could somebody have a problem with OnlyFans? Of all things. Because again, it's nobody's seeing it accidentally. You want to see content from somebody, you got to put it in your credit card. So if you don't like it, ignore it. That's a good one too, Chris. And this is true with me. I thought the dryer was shrinking my clothes. Turns out it was the refrigerator all along. That's a good one. I hadn't heard that one before. Yeah, I know. I said the same thing too, Nolan. He says ban the website in the state because nobody's ever used a VPN before. Yeah. It's just asinine. The whole thing is... The morons that banned it probably don't even know what a VPN is. Big Green says getting rid of Pornhub is like cutting the head off the Hydra. More pop up in its place. It's pointless. 100% pointless. And again, the reason I hate it is not the fact just that it's porn. It's that they're restricting people's rights to display whatever type of entertainment they would like. Again, there's no accusations of anything illegal being done. They've just, in North Carolina, have just decided that this shouldn't be available. And who the fuck are you to decide what people can do with their own time or what people can consume as their form of entertainment? Fuck you. A bunch of scumbags. Wolverine, well, we were just talking about North Carolina banned Pornhub in the state. Yeah, Nolan says deep web snuff porn stocks just went up 50%. Yeah. Spaz says maybe just make it harder for kids to access it. Even that is kind of risky. But that's the thing. Again, that's up to parental guidance. And there are plenty of different avenues you can take to monitor what your kids watch. Hell, even back, Brax is going to be 24 in a few weeks. And back when he was young, there was all kinds of software because I had it on his computer. And he knew about it. Wasn't sneaking on him. I told him, this software is on your computer. It tells me everything that you've done on it. So if you don't want to lose privileges, only stay on the sites you're supposed to be on. Only do the things you're supposed to do. It's not hard. You can do the same thing on their phone, their iPad. There's software, and it's not overly expensive at all. It's easy to do. There are plenty of avenues to keep content that you don't want your child to see away from them. Plenty of them. Chrome says can't treat people like adults. 100%, Chrome. That's why government has gotten just So infuriating to me. They're just overstepping their bounds left and right here in America, and from what you guys tell me, throughout a lot of the world. Look Fun says, just let me put the child blocker on if I don't want my child to view it. Exactly. It's no worse than the sexiness on shows like Family Guy. Yeah, I mean, it's just that's what makes it so obnoxious. It's just posturing. Obviously, they're never going to stop it. They're never going to get rid of porn on the internet, no matter how hard they try, no matter what laws they pass. But it's just their own posturing. They're going to pick out the site that's one of the most popular and certainly the most well known for that content and make an example out of them. Yeah. I still don't understand how that's constitutional. How you can just pick any form. Okay, so if they're saying, oh, we're trying to save the children. So now are you going to, let's say, are you going to block any movie on Netflix that depicts drug use? I'd say in general, that's going to be a lot more potentially dangerous to a child than porn. Are you going to block any movie on a streaming service that shows acts of violence? No. So why Pornhub? Because, again, a bunch of people who go to church on Sunday but are scumbags every other day of the week want to high five each other. Topspot says, they better not take away my alien and dragon fleshlights. Morton says, Gooshman doesn't need porn. He's got plenty of people to goosh. CDV says, must go now. Thanks for existing. Existing. This channel helped me more than you would believe. Happy New Year to you and your family. Well, thank you, CDV. I appreciate it. Happy New Year to you. Brother E says, again, I'm really tired of all these boomers, not you, Curtis, trying to dictate today's society. Meanwhile, majority are out of touch and have one foot in their graves. Governor has been more controlling. Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that, except that it extends beyond the boomers, too. What really surprised me, Brother E, and what I was talking about earlier, I see a lot of these social media pundits, idiots, whatever you want to call them, who are calling out all these OnlyFans girls for being whores as they're younger guys. And I don't get it. I don't know what makes them feel like they're up here and this person's down here when the person down here is doing nothing certainly illegal, not hurting anybody else in any way, and is making a shit ton more money than they are. Exactly. Steven says we might as well ban Grand Theft Auto 6 while we're at it. Right. So again, that's a good point. You banned Pornhub to save the children. You didn't ban Grand Theft Auto 5. I mean, there's a lot of content in there that, wouldn't you think, I mean, if that was, and we all know that's not really what they're trying to do anyway. They disapprove of this lifestyle, so they're trying to squash it. But wouldn't you say between the two, if you had a child, a younger kid, what do you think is more potentially damaging to their psyche? To be playing Grand Theft Auto 5 or to see some porn at Pornhub? Now, neither one would be ideal, obviously, but I would suggest that the Grand Theft Auto 5 is going to present more of a problem. There's no talk about coming after that because they know they can't. Now they're into a realm where the Supreme Court would shoot them down immediately. Yeah, Chrome says don't give them ideas. That's what it is, Chrome. I think they feel like they can get away with it because it's porn. If they went out and that would be considered more mainstream, Grand Theft Auto 5, I mean, look at the sales it's had. It's been at the top of charts, whether it be sales or streaming or whatever it may be, since it came out all those years ago. They know they got no shot in hell of banning that. So they're picking their spots. Wolverine says ban subscription to life and the problem early. Brother E says, oh yeah, the social influencers and the lobbyists too. All across the board, from everyday lifestyle and to decisions made within government. Too many people looking for validation by expressing BS. I agree. 100%. Oh, Argentina's president? I did see something about that. Hold on, let me take a peek. I saw something about that earlier. I don't know. I don't even remember what it was. Oh, yes. I did see this. Eliminating 12 out of 21 cabinet posts, firing 5,000 government employees, banning woke language, bill to affirm the right to self-defense. Yes. Well, internationally, there's been recently a pretty heavy move towards the right. Lick says it's because they're young, so they're watching grifters like Tate and gaining their values from that. Yeah, and that's the thing. Again, it's still a parental thing. If your parents are involved, if you want to be involved with your child's life, especially when they're that young, that impressionable, you have more sway over them than does anyone or anything else. Definitely more sway over them than government. Look Fun says violence harms. Porn just helps me relieve myself. Yeah, and people counter that with, well, people get addicted to porn. Yeah, you can get addicted to anything. People get addicted to gambling. That's still legal. I mean, people get addicted to cigarettes. People get addicted to drugs. You can be addicted to anything. That doesn't mean, people get addicted to painkillers. So should nobody have painkillers? They shouldn't even be able to be prescribed anymore. I mean, that's an individual thing. Excuse me. Zuchen says, I just realized that OnlyFans is the 21 plus version of Patreon. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, basically. Mortem says Argentina's president looks like a Civil War general. He does. He does, doesn't he? Yeah. Chrome says, I'm shocked we have a South American leader actually reversing government. That's a huge flip. 100%. Well, again, we've seen a major move towards a lot of the move to towards the conservative side has been because of what we're seeing. Well, you guys are seeing, Chrome, over there even more than we are here, with the issues they're having with immigrants now. Some serious violent issues. Mortem says, I'm not an alcoholic, I'm just thirsty. Spaz says, what if I want to watch a gangbang with my son, though? Right. Joseph says, freedom means being able to do bad even if we choose good. 100% correct. Absolutely. As long as, again, as I've said, as long as you're not harming anybody else in what you're doing, government shouldn't be involved in trying to curb your enthusiasm for anything. All right, guys, I got to go. Hey, like I say, I was glad I got to come in today. Thanks for 2023. Thanks for, when did we start? 2011. So thanks for the last 12 years. Now, going forward in 2024, I'd like to say that I think we're going to see a little difference in the channel in that a lot of the humor and a lot of the conversations are going to be on a more cerebral level. There's going to be less talk of bad touch and more talk of the things that are real and important to us all. And Chris says, if you see a crime happen at an Apple store, does that make you an eyewitness? I've heard that one. I like that one. I like that one a lot. And so, yeah, 2024, I just like to say how it's going to be a little more decorum and a little more thought-provoking. I'd like to say that, but it would be entirely a lie because it's just going to get fucking worse here. There's no chance in hell anything here is being elevated except my blood pressure when we talk about government. But other than that, till 80? I hope to be here till 80, Jason. But yes, Happy New Year to all you guys. I'll be streaming as much as I can in 2024. It's always a time thing for me, but I will be here as often as I can. I absolutely love these streams. And of course, I'll always be coming to you guys whenever I have questions about the direction of the channel and everything to get your input, just like we did today. Well, thanks, Chris. But thank you guys very much. Thanks for another great year. And thanks for giving me so much to look forward to in 2024. I mean, at my age, and especially with as hard as I laugh, I could die at any moment. So it's nice to have, this moment-to-moment stuff to look forward to. And as always in 2024, the one thing that one train that will not be derailed, I know we don't have the trains anymore, but I still got to use them in euphemisms, is all the bad touch. I got plenty of it for you. Even at my age, I ain't running out of bad touch anytime soon. So you guys all have that to look forward to. I'll see you guys soon.